Fire safety is no joking matter, and neither is a fire suppression system. It is important to always have your system tested and inspected according to NFPA 25 guidelines. Part 1. Testing a flow switch.
When testing sprinkler systems, NFPA 25 is a standard created by a third-party company brought into legislation by the Fire Code. In this standard, it is explicitly defined the proper procedures necessary for testing our sprinkler system, which includes flowing water to gain a proper understanding of how our system will function in the event of an emergency, as opposed to removing the case off the back of our flow switch and simply short-circuiting the electrical connections or physically moving the lever. These would be incorrect or improper examples of testing.
Part 2. Testing a tamper switch.
Tamper switches are electrical components installed in our sprinkler system to ensure that everything is functioning the way it should. The most common location you'd find a tamper switch is in the main control shutoff valve. And this is to determine whether or not the valve has been tampered with or closed up to about 20%. This is defined explicitly in NFPA 25. Very simply, testing the tamper switch consists of ensuring its function. Therefore, if it was installed with your main control valve, you would shut off your main control valve and ensure that your tamper switch sent a supervisory condition to your alarm panel.
Part 3. Testing a fire pump.
Fire pumps are installed in our building to boost or add the water pressure that is available at any given sprinkler head. For example, a sprinkler head is located up on the 14th floor of a building. The city's water pressure would not be adequate or enough to be able to provide that sprinkler head with the level of water pressure it requires based on these NFPA standards. We need to make sure that the individual testing our fire pump is a qualified individual to ensure that our sprinkler system is being maintained to the legal standards and will function when the time comes.
Part 4. Testing a backflow preventer.
Well, a backflow preventer is installed in your building between the domestic water supply and your sprinkler system's water. The reason this valve is installed is to prevent the backflow of your contaminated stagnant sprinkler water or black sprinkler water from flowing back into our potable drinking municipal water. This is the water that's used for our showers, for our sinks or toilets, whatever the case is. Testing this device is only to be done by certified individuals. This is a certification that is presented by the authority having jurisdiction in your area. In Ontario here, it would be the Ontario government that provides technicians with this certification. Without this certification, testing a backflow preventer valve is illegal and should not be done.
Now that the importance of testing a fire sprinkler system and the do's and don'ts have been covered, remember, if you don't see water being used during the testing of your system, don't pay.